Do you bleed blue and white?
The Rude Boys podcast won't be doing any creative intros this week due to the injustices done to Paul Curtis by the AFL MRO. Thank you.
Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to the Rude Boys podcast. G'day, Rude Boys and girls. Welcome to the Rude Boys podcast. How you going, Harley?
I'm going pretty good, mate. Obviously the intro says a lot there, but I'm fighting fit after a pretty heartbreaking loss.
It was. We didn't want to have to get all serious in the intro, but after the Jack Crisp's effort, which I'm not blaming him for either, by the way. I don't think anyone is, but
no.
Just lost for words. We'll get to it in the report, but it's a fucking disgrace. But yeah, as you touched on, mate, big Friday night footy. Both of us were gutted afterwards, obviously. But I think in hindsight, I'm in a more positive space. Really happy that we actually put on a good performance, albeit the goal kicking. So, talk everyone through your what happened to you when you couldn't go to the footy.
Well, yeah. So obviously, I'm a mainstay at all the Melbourne games and the odd Adelaide game, as we found out. But done myself a little boo on the work site on Friday. It was a cut finger, but a few stitches. So got to soak up all the Kangas playing on Friday night. The twos playing as well. So got a lot of Kangas in on Friday afternoon, sitting there with my. I'm not going to show you because it's pretty gross. So there was my finger sort of elevated. But got a lot of thoughts, mate. So we watched it on TV simultaneously, which is very very rare for us.
Yeah, we were gonna do a transcript of the texting between us, but it was fairly not politically correct, and it would be very funny though.
Mate, I'm still pretty keen to read it out one time. We might have to do Rude Boys After Dark or something like that.
I need to go back and look at it, but because drugged up, I was fairly much more drugged up than I am now on Friday as well. Which people might notice I've laid off. I'm a lot more coherent
so
this
much
week.
more upright. How you feeling, mate? You good?
No, I'm good. I starting to slowly. I can get up every couple of hours and do a bit of a walk and get it moving before it hurts again, and then I'm back on the couch. But I've got a fair bit of TV, and then it's been good to have a bit of a relax. But all right, well, let's get into Collingwood and North on Friday night, the review. All right, so I didn't take first half notes, so I think you're going to take the first half, mate. So,
well, I mean, I didn't take any notes on in terms of like the live. My notes have been on the rewatch and trying to channel a bit of the emotion because I was way too invested on Friday night. But so quarter one, I mean, I'll start by saying I loved our selection. We both did. Obviously, we record before the side comes out, and we were pretty chuffed. Obviously, we're very stoked to see Riley Hardiman in there, but Banshee deserved his effort. Great to see Witters in there. Obviously, PC back. So we're both pretty up and about with our chances going into it. Even though watching the pre-game, it's very Collingwood centric. Apparently, we were just there.
We'll definitely get to that. If they could have fucking Collingwood play Collingwood every every round, every game, they would. Yeah,
if they could have just 36 Nick Dacos's on the field. I'm pretty sure that's what the AFL would be going for. But anyway, so quarter one. Going through the notes. Love seeing Big X at the centre bounce. So straight up, just great to see him back in there. I know he lost a few taps and that, but it's his contest work when like it's his clearance stuff. Like he's an extra midfielder, so just loved it. Yes, LDU Spanish dancing, Suv, fuck. So that was the first goal, and then straight down the other end, fuck my ass / gee whiz. So that was
it was brutal.
It was brutal. It was brutal. Like that would have been such a great way to get off to the start. But anyway, dubious holding the ball to Core, or by Core, sorry. Just comment on the umpires. What the actual fuck is going on with Suv? That's after he duffed that kick, the field kick. I reckon that was the worst kick of his whole night.
Yeah.
I was starting to get very worried about his state of mind at that point. Kanga's energy good. LDU to Trembath, hands to Shees, onto PC, set shot, goal, where are my pants? That was just a great passage of play.
Yeah, it was great to see PC just go back and slot it.
And it was just like everyone getting involved, just great passage. And obviously I was getting a bit riled up. LDU holding the ball hasn't been all year. That's where he sort of got spun around and got the kick away.
That was way too hot on the whistle.
Yes, yeah. And there was a few. Look, I don't want to belabor on the umpires. Like they're bad. They're bad both ways. But we're coming from a north lens here anyway. So another one that I didn't think that Core one was a free kick where he sort of had all his momentum and fell into the back and they got a shot on goal. But not going to keep going with that. Shees makes me want to be a better man. Just in general. Dill can't kick set shots, which we've covered before.
Did you write that before he took the shot?
Yeah. That was after Witters just absolutely shanked it into his tit, and I thought, here we go, we've got a bit of luck here. But anyway, it didn't happen. Great ball by Jai to Suva. They just don't want to go through. So that's for the big Suv, who I genuinely feel like he played a great game other than his goal kicking. Like he was great in the contest.
Yep.
Can you fuck off with the rebounds? That was just to Collingwood. So that was after another super miss. You're my boy, Riley. You're my boy, Finn. Just
was
after two great marks. Yeah, so Hardest took a great mark on the back, and then Finn plucked another one.
Yeah.
So I want to give Suv a hug. That was I was just feeling it for him. Crisp 3 weeks? Question mark. Which so we've got some exclusive stuff in the report later on. Please, Suv, please. Yeah, boy. That's after he finally dobbed one.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, he nearly missed that one too.
He was pretty wrapped.
Oh, mate. Yeah, but we needed it. So might need to put a bloke on Josh Dacos because I just thought he was dominating us a bit.
Yeah.
Jai being busy. Boys overusing the footy a bit. Trembath, you fucking ripper, what a clunk. And then he speared one through as well.
Slotted it. Actually, it was unconvincing though, wasn't it?
Oh, fucking hell, mate. I thought he caught something off Big Sue. Yeah. Nick Dacos scares the shit out of me just with one of his runs and plays and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got side bottom, more like front bottom, which is when he shanked it out on the full, which I also text you. I had to get one of our text change in there.
Yeah.
But to surmise, I had Kangas right in this thing. Pie's just cleaner in moments. Happy with the way we're attacking and defending. Just need to take our chances. What about yourself, mate? You got any thoughts on the first quarter?
But I just thought it was a good quarter. And we were in up to our eyeballs and just playing attacking footy, which was good to see. And you said it. Story of the day was they were just cleaner in the moments.
Yeah, and I mean they killed us on the rebound. Like that was brutal. Some of those goals, especially that like you said, that first Suv one, that was a kick in the guts.
Yeah.
But anyway, so quarter two. Can't wait till she starts dobbing those. That's where he had a flying shot and it flew out on the full. I genuinely think he's not, like, whether it's going to be this year or next year, he's going to start kicking lots of goals. Yeah. He's getting so many looks at goals that he's not kicking, and I've got so much faith in that boy.
He'll work on it.
Oh, mate, he's going to start kicking goals. Like, I reckon he'll be kicking 20 next year. Yeah. Degoe fucked by a pack of kangaroos.
Yeah, that was the three. Yeah, the threesome. Yeah, it was like, I thought I was watching an X-rated movie there for a second. That was
all right, so where they announced that Tommy B had gone down to get a test. Tommy B out, Chris definitely 3 weeks. More to come. Hard as into JT, let's fucking go. Or JD, sorry. Jackie Darling. LDU huge there, by the way. So, LDU had the hard tag on him all night, but he had some awesome moments. Like, I'm echoing what you've said in previous weeks. His sort of contest work and his two-way running, I think, he's finding ways to impact even when he's getting shut down with his attack and stuff, which is, I'm just loving.
Yeah, when we weren't going well, like, in the not too distant past, it was just it used to stand out to me, that number 9 just labouring as the other team broke away. Like, either he didn't have the tank or he wasn't chasing, but now he definitely is. Yeah,
man. And like, I feel like that's like the leadership role that he's taken on and everything like that. Like, it's very noticeable, I reckon. Great movement, Kangas. Get in, Banshee. I think that's our Banshee's cry. If these commentators don't stop crapping on about how we haven't beaten anyone, I'm buying some fucking throwing eggs. So
it was a disgrace, the commentary all night.
Oh, mate. Like, yeah. Then another, shut up, Hutto, you jockey-looking fuck. The ball goes end to end real fast. There's just a note on Collingwood moving it like it, and that was our man bloody who was it? Jeremy Howe kicking him in. Jeez, he hit some chiselers.
Yeah.
Come on, you Roo boys! Great team effort for PC goal. Bull having a cracker in defence. Core really solid. Might be winning me over. Lukey B playing grip ball, just with one of his great marks. Maynard has a blind dog. Aww.
That was they just run out of shit to say, so they just
pipe. That's just pipe band pipe. I actually quite like pipe, but I was like, oh, bit of a dog guy.
Yeah, but he blinded it. That's the story.
Either way, I do like Maynard, as we said last week.
No, we do. Yeah.
Cam playing a game. Zerha obviously. Tommy B gone for the game. Just a note. Shit mix up for a 50-metre penalty, kick in the guts. That was the Colby and Chom. We can't be giving goals away like that, but I did like the boys getting into each other.
Yeah.
That
stuff only really matters when if you're going to lose, if you lose by a goal, really.
That's right. But I do think that was probably incumbent of Colby. Like, Chom's our big marking fella. Like, we don't want him to stand the mark. I like where you went with that. More swinging going on here than a Diddy party. That was just more in momentums. I've just got a bit of a... I was really hating on Hutto. I don't know if he deserves it, but...
no, he does.
Yeah. I said that he should be riding a shit horse in a shit race somewhere. But anyway. Foss, XOX, just love. Chom, grippers. Loving Core's effort. I thought Core had a bit of a game, to be honest. I think we both did from some of our text chains.
Yeah, ripper.
Tough stretch between the 3 and 4 minute mark. Looks like an orgy in the dark. That's when we were it was a bit of a fumble around, if you're on the rewatch especially. We just sort of fucked up everything that we touched in that little bit, and then Collingwood got a goal. Then I've got holding the ball, Daniel on Lipinski, 55 seconds left. Thank fuck he missed, or I might have blown a gasket. I get real frustrated when they don't play traditional holding the balls. Like when someone's just got them, incorrect disposal, or they've held it too long, or whatever.
Yeah, when it happens, and then they go and kick the winning goal, sort of thing.
In the moment, I felt like that was going to result in us getting a goal kick against us, but it didn't. Hard fought game. Had some great passages. Defenders doing a great job. Proud of the effort and intensity all the boys are bringing. That was my end to the half. How about you?
I've got nothing to add for the second quarter, but we've actually just had some breaking news come in right now as of 8:33 p.m. On the 14th of July. Billy Frampton, who was given a week on the weekend against the Kangas, they appealed that decision. It's downgraded to a fine.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. So it just came through on my phone. But that's all right. We won't. It's no, yeah. Listen, there's nothing to see here. But anyway.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just thought I'd add that in just to fire you up for the report. All right, let's head into the third quarter. I've got my notes. Just noting that Foss was lining up on Dacos and Jai was on De Goey in the first centre bounce in the third quarter. I've just got the commentary. Absolutely, just a note on the commentary being an absolute disgrace. There was literally a passage of play where they were okay with the Josh Dacos pay advantage, and then it went down the other end, and Jai pay advantage after a Cam Zerha free kick, and they were blowing up about the North one, but they were fine with the Collingwood one about 30 seconds earlier. Foss was really good in that third quarter. I started getting the shits. I've got here Collingwood 10-metre kicks is like flat out cheating. They would, like, all night they can kick at 8 metres and it just keeps getting paid. To be fair, we were doing it like our short kicks were getting paid too, but that's not, that wasn't sort of our game style. But some of the kicks that they hit short to break the zone out of half back is just ridiculous. How they don't, like, the player is literally there ready to tackle them, and the umpy won't blow it, especially if it's, God forbid, it's Nick or Josh Dacos. I've got Billy Frampton looks like Bart Simpson, which is he's just got a square head with the yellow hair.
Doesn't have a cow, man.
Yeah. Short kicks were killing us. I've just got Core's been really good, which we touched on. I thought Parker's kicking out of the back line was really good. He hit some really nice passes into the middle and opened it up. Pye's getting it out way too easy. That was all night. But the difference with this game, I think, even though they were very good on rebound, is our defence held up really well, and I think our defenders had great games.
Yeah.
It was just turnover city in the third quarter, just getting played between the arcs. We've got no trust in the forward line after the Whitlock mark. I don't know whether he hasn't got that kick in him, but it was just something where we just fumbled and made bad decisions when we should be. If that's Collingwood going the other way, they make the right decisions. They have, overlapping. If they're outnumbering the opposition, they'll always get a goal. Whereas we seem to still make a meal of those.
They tend to make decisions quicker. I think that's our problem is the indecisiveness.
Yep. I just said, I just thought it was getting away from us a little bit in the third quarter, and I just said there's a bit of a pivotal moment there where we weren't getting any reward for all the possession, and the heads were starting to drop a bit. Then Trembath, that pressure act where he turned the footy over, but then we were too slow and we couldn't take advantage of it. Then Shees will kick that goal that got touched on the line. And then Hardiman's first goal in AFL footy, which sort of got him up and about, where Howe missed the spoil. Went straight down the other end, and McStay took a hanger and kicked a goal. And then Cherry kicked that awesome goal that they called Unco on commentary.
Fuck off.
Only a North Melbourne bloke who takes it out of the ruck, balks to go to the right, loses his man, and then kicks it on his left.
Yeah,
getting tackled by about 18 blokes, and they say it was Unco. So I thought that was pretty poor by Chief. Normally he's pretty good, I think. Did you have anything for the third quarter, mate?
No, it's a lot of the same thing. I as you and everyone knows, I fucking love Riley Hardiman, and so I made a big deal out of him kicking that snag.
Yeah, he was.
You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah, he was awesome.
And also, I have written here, I love you, PC. I love you, Foss. I love you, Big X. All in a row, and then fucker like a ding dong. That's when X kicked that goal. Yeah,
and Foss finally spoiled one of their short kicks coming out of the back line.
Foss just, I just love that boy so much. They're just doing all the things that we hope they'd do. So keep going, mate. Quarter four.
Just first note here. It is great to see Shees and Dacos going head to head. They were lining up on each other a couple of times at the centre bounce. That's pretty exciting. Match up there. And like you said last week, it's awesome that we've got a player that plays for us. But I see, in the same echelon or very close to being at that Dacos level or at some point.
Man.
There.
He's not far away. He's not far away from all these fucking bobbleheads propping over him. So, anyway, we've seen it. We know it.
PC, fucking beauty. He must have kicked one. Short kick's still a disgrace. We just couldn't chop it off. They were just cutting us to pieces with that. I've got the Dacoses can do what they want. There was a passage of play there, if you look back, where they literally just walked through the mark for
Lukey Parker.
And it happened twice within about 30 seconds. 2 50s that didn't get called, and it's because the umpire looked at them and saw that it was a Dacos and went, no, we're not going to. If that's a combin, if that's a combin, that's a red card. Call the game off. 100-meter penalty. Defenders were huge. I said Spargo did some nice things. Cherry was just an absolute warrior all night. PC made a bit of a meal of that. It was sort of a bit of an unlucky bounce when Dacos recovered the footy and kicked a goal. Anthony Stevens in the crowd, shout out to him. Brought back some good memories seeing him. Bull was awesome all day. Trembrath McCurry tackle was great. I've got Whitlock sling. Everyone can get fucked, go north. I'm not sure I know that was what he got a week for, but I don't like that sort of stuff getting paid, but it was a goal, so who cares?
No, but it's the thing that we get our shits up with is you set a precedence for.
It's different for us than it is for others.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I've just gone again. Everyone can go get fucked. Go JD. Well, it did. It just felt like the world was against us on Friday night. I know the umpiring wasn't. We're not saying that, but it just with the commentary, it just felt like.
It felt like they wanted them to win.
Felt like we were the only blokes. You and I were the only blokes in the world that wanted the Kangas to win. Like that. And then I've just gone, blatant commentary, barracking. Larky doing some captain stuff. I thought, like you touched on in the first quarter, his efforts were awesome, and that shows real great character. The fact that you can, have such a shocking goal-kicking performance and still just keep showing up and actually keep willing yourself to the contest, which I thought he did.
Which is what we were iffy about him earlier in the year, about his contest stuff, and his goal kicking will come back sooner or later.
Yeah, he didn't drop his head. Then we've got Bull, just like good night, Dan Houston. That shirt front was awesome. I'm surprised he didn't get 10 weeks for it. Maybe Michael Christian's still catching up. Maybe he's washing his Nick Dacos doing a covers this week or something, and hasn't had a chance to look over it. Need to keep composure. Spoiler alert, we didn't. I think composure was just the difference in the last quarter with the Pies. We had a couple of little rushed kicks where we should have handballed. Couple of handballs that, to people under pressure, and probably shout out to Matty O'Brien here from our hometown, who shot me a message just pointing out that on his rewatch he was getting quite frustrated with our players putting other players under pressure and over handballing the ball.
Yeah,
and choosing the right option.
That's like I had a note in there. We do overuse it. It's it's glaring. Like there's times where we should handball and we kick, and there's times where we should kick and we handball. So it's just that decision making thing. Like they will get there.
Then I've got, how is that not ball on Degoe? As I alluded to earlier.
Mate,
I don't think sort of cost us the game, but no big deal. LDU second effort on Degoe, and if LDU's was ball in the first half, that was 100% ball.
No, I had the exact same note, mate. I just wrote, LDU on Degoe, so fucking holding the ball, fend off into incorrect disposal. It's every fucking week that's holding the ball.
Yep. And then I've just gone, my last sort of game note is essentially goal kicking could have killed us again here. And then we know the result. And really tried, the boys, and very proud. Absolutely gutted. I've gotten over it now. Like I said, I'm actually quite positive. I love the fact that everyone's writing us off for the rest of the year. I'm just rapt that we played good footy on Friday. We're back to playing good footy. So
yeah, man. No, I echo the sentiment. Like I told you originally that I was going to rewatch it on Saturday because I wasn't doing much activity-wise because I had my little injury. I couldn't bring myself to do it then. Couldn't bring myself to do it on Sunday, but I rewatched it with a bit more of a clearer head on Monday, and I found myself in that last quarter getting nearly just as angry as I was on the on Friday night, but not at the Kangas, just at the situation. But I am so proud of how we acquitted ourselves on the Friday night, and yeah, like all the things that we sort of did wrong are all things that we know that are things that we need to work on, and I think they're all things that the club and the boys know that they need to work on. And it's the ball use, it's the efficiency, it's all that sort of stuff. But we've got the tools in the shed to make this thing happen, and all these fuckwits can count us off for as much as they want. We're going to be coming, and we're going to be coming sooner than you think. So I've got nothing but confidence in that. But yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
Who's your player of the game?
I had Cam Zerha. I thought he was fucking awesome. He was just strong, like impacted so much. Like I was almost convinced that, yeah, I really have liked him since he's gone back, and I feel like having him in that back mix, like he's just got a good combination of everything. And I thought that was his best game. That might have been the best game I've ever seen him play, I reckon.
It was certainly his best in defence. It was better than the Richmond game, like against better opposition, obviously. And
yeah, the heat was on. He stood up so big, like so many big marks, so many big contests. Like
probably should have kicked a goal as well.
He should have. He probably should have.
He was another one.
Nah, like he was mine. How about you?
I had Cherry, which we've spoken about heaps, but it was good to see him get his mojo back and get angry, and yeah, loved him.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon it's like maybe just leave him in the guts from now on, like predominantly? Even if
I think it's rough. I think it's opposition dependent. I think if he's going up against a a jumping sort of ruckman, more athletic ruckman. I'd love to see him just go head to head for the most part with Gawn this weekend. But if you're up against, a couple of athletic ruckman and the double teaming him stuff, I think, you need to get creative. But I love the fact that we've dropped the third ruckman. I think we're better off.
I do too, man. And like there was the first time I'd heard that he was carrying a bit of a groin complaint in the pre-game when they were doing all that. Had you heard about that?
Prior? No, I didn't. No.
Yeah. So, but either way, I like him as that extra midfielder, to be honest, because his clearance work for a ruckman is, it's upper echelon. But anyway.
Yeah, agreed.
How about your highlight, mate?
It was Bull's shirt front on Houston. It was just good old fashioned footy. Smashed him.
Yep, smashed him.
What was yours?
Well, so I've gone with you've gone with my best player, and I've gone with your best player. I Big X's goal out of that ruck contest where the Chief got go, and I said, "Fuck everyone who says anything bad about him."
Yeah. So we can beat anyone we beat. It isn't a win, and any awesome goal we kick, it's unco. Cheers, fuckers.
Lucky or some shit.
What was your low light?
Oh, my low light? Well, it was just, it was pretty much Sue's first quarter kicking, even though I had even though I think he played a great game. Yeah.
And mine's the same, just the goal kicking, which was shithouse again. But I'm glad we kept going back to the well, and I'm, like I texted you today, it's pretty much, we've slowly got our mojo back after the Freo debacle. And I just think that's the one part of our game. We straighten that up. We've probably, we've got a couple more wins this year up to this point. It's cost us a couple of games. So,
yeah.
All right, let's go into the Roo Port. All right, so off the top, we're going to go in Hall of Fame inductee in Arnold Brightus. He's a name I've always, known because I've got the DVDs of the 75 and 77 flags. And he was the one who stood out kicking bags of goals. He kicked 5 in the 1975, but he played 161 games for North, 279 goals between 1972 and 83. I watched, because I'm on the couch, I watched a few videos of him today and some interviews as well. There was an interview with Rex Hunt back in 1994, which showed me how TV's aged, how different it was back then. Because Rex was just talking shit the whole time, did not really. It was
way more loosey goosey, yeah.
It was all about Rex. It wasn't actually. I'm not sure we found much out about Arnold. But yeah,
Rex just getting off as many quips as he could.
He was, and he was a centre half forward, sort of that 190 centimetre mould. And interestingly, I found out a stat talking about goal kicking. The 1977 drawn grand final against Collingwood, for anyone who doesn't know, was replayed the following week, in which we won comfortably. Brightus was a big reason that we drew that first grand final, kicking 7 behinds. So he went from kicking 5 in the 75 grand final to kicking 7 behinds in the 77 grand final, which Collingwood managed to draw. So interesting info. Have you got anything more on him?
Yeah, I mean, I had no fucking idea, to be honest with you. So, because it's just, it's not our area. So I called Big Laz, called the old man, and I said, Arnold Brightus, thoughts, words, go. And he goes, I just wrote it down as you were saying it to me. He goes, centre half forward for North. He goes, kicked us out of the 77 win. I'm like, but we still won. He goes, yeah, but the first one. And he goes, if we had a kick straight, we would have won. Still digging him. He goes, no Carey, but he was good centre half forward.
I spoke to my old man. I spoke Yeah, I spoke to Humphrey as well, and he didn't actually give me too much. He was on the road, and he said Google it, and I was like, righto, that's what I'll do.
Do your
I
own
said thanks.
fucking research, mate.
I was like, yeah, thanks, Dad. So there you go.
Thanks, Jazz.
Yeah. All right. So the next item here, I've got the 16 game trigger cause for Jack Darling, which I think I was always excited from the moment I was one of his sort of supporters when he came across, and I think he's done exactly what I sort of thought he would. Probably more so. I think he's been great. There's been plenty of games this year when he's been the only one doing anything up forward. He always tries. I had a note that I didn't read out, but his forward craft, just like we talk about 2011 Willow on here, but just his forward craft and the way he uses his body and just all the little things that he does. Like when JD's 1-on-1 and it's in the air, good night, he's going to mark it. But if it's at ground level, he also will just put his body goal side or wherever he needs to be and just block the defender off it. He'll let someone run through and pick it up. He always just does the right thing.
Yeah,
all the little things, and that's what I love about him.
Yeah, but I reckon he's been better this year than he was last year. So
yeah, I think so.
Like for a bloke that's getting older, he's probably a bit stiff when he got the arse after the West Coast game, which was his first time back playing West Coast in West Australia. Or he played him in at Bunbury last year, but so you can forgive him for that. But I think he's great. Like there was a contest on the weekend where it was him versus 3, and he somehow killed it and got it into like a boundary throw in. You just can't buy that sort of competitiveness. So yeah, happy to have him.
Yeah, and then on to some sadder news. It is reported today, I don't know if you know this, but that Darcy Wilson is going to stay at St Kilda, which is disappointing. I'd like to, he can sit on it and rotate if he stays at the Saints. I don't know what he sees in. I reckon we're ahead of them, but that's just my opinion. When you got two blokes getting paid $7 million each, and the rest are getting packets of chips, I can't see that ending well. But
he's a good little player. Like I was pretty excited. I think when you first threw it out there, because he's a lifelong North supporter, that always helps. But anyway, each to their own. Hopefully, we make him regret his decision in a couple of weeks.
I've got here as the fourth item on the agenda, Nate Caddy, blink twice if you need help. I just thought of Smithers like standing behind him with the gun, like when I saw that news. But then I thought about it a little bit more, as much as we hate Essendon, and I thought it shows pretty good character. I'm sure there's a lot of dollars attached to it, but it shows great character, I guess, showing commitment at that lowest ebb of that football club has ever been in. Wow. And it made me reflect a little bit about all the blokes that have done the same thing for us over the last, 3 or 4 years, like your Bulls and your Larkies and LDU and stuff. So I think I can't knock him too much, but I thought that was just a little bit of mention it anyway.
No, good. Like, they're definitely not at their lowest ebb yet, mate. So still more to come. But no, good on him. It's good to see BJ. Re-signing.
Yep. And then the last one, I think you've added this to the agenda, so I think you've got something to say. But
so
Paul Curtis,
you go. No, you
Paul
go.
Curtis, Jack Crisp comparison. What's your thoughts?
Well, so obviously I sent you the clip where it was a split screen of the two tackles, so Crisp on Tommy B and then PC on Hamish Davis. And I was struggling to see a lot of difference, other than I guess the arms weren't pinned for Tommy B. Is that probably the only difference? And maybe a tiny bit of a turn. But like, if you're a layman, like if you're just like one of us, like a fucking idiot who watches footy sort of thing, like if you're that sort of level of intellect.
Well, I don't know if Hamish Davis is Goro from Mortal Kombat, but he had two hands on the ground when he got tackled, so that would suggest if his arms are pinned, he would have to have four arms. So yeah, I think that's debatable that his arms were fully pinned.
So after the 973rd time I watched that split screen video, I'm like, I've got to get my hands on some other footage. And so by, me moving mountains, I've actually got my hands on the actual MRO footage, and you can't believe the slowed down version of these tackles. And I finally see why Michael Christian makes his decisions the way he does. So this is the difference, right? So in the super, super slow-mo with the frames being like you can't believe how slow these frames are. Chris runs in and you can't see it like when it's in an actual play, but he actually speaks to Tommy B and he says, "Hey TB, looking good, mate. Really miss you in the office." That's as he's going to tackle him, which is it's quite a nice way to greet someone, I think.
Yeah,
whereas when PC goes into Hamish Davis, he says, "I'm going to fuck you up, mate. P.S. I fucked your mum." That's fucking so aggressive and I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that PC had that in him, yeah? So that's just a start. So, but then as the slow-mo rolls on, you can see as Chris is tackling Tommy B, he actually slips a pillow underneath Tommy B's head where it's going to land, and Tommy B actually did it to himself. He actually moved his head back slightly and missed the pillow, only to be knocked out, right?
That actually makes a lot more sense.
It makes so much more sense, right? And so, but whereas when PC was running up just before he tackles Hamish Davis, he lifts his shirt to expose the gun that he had in his shorts. And so, like, he was carrying a 9, and and then as he's putting him down, he says, "You will go to sleep, or I'll put you to sleep. You're in my world now, Grandma." Now, so we can. I think now that we know the facts, we can understand why it was 3 weeks for PC and it was 0 weeks. Like, not a, because Crisp is just a nice guy. That's at the end of the day.
He is.
Yeah. But, all bullshit aside, if PC did that tackle, if it was PC doing that tackle, he's getting fucking 3 weeks. There's no doubt about it. So anyway, what do you do?
Absolute disgrace.
Yeah. But anyway, it's crazy what Christian gets, man. Like, God, I wish I could get it every week.
I'm glad we were able to get, that's 2 Happy Gilmore references in the pod series so far with the Mr. Lady, and now you will go to sleep. All right. That's it for the report. Let's head into the Preve-Roo. Kangas and Demons at Marvel Stadium. All right, mate. What's your thoughts on this game? I don't have a lot of thoughts, given that I thought we were playing St Kilda up until about 2 days ago.
Well, I ran my eye over the Dees this weekend. I've seen a fair few of their games. Like, they're pretty bloody impressive. Like, and they're right in that mix for the top 6. Really, like they pretty much haven't left the top 6 all year. Yeah, I reckon Kingy's got them playing an exciting brand of footy, and like it appears like the departure of Oliver and Petrarca's only made a lot of like Cozzy Pickett's a perfect example. Like, he's just gone to another level, and a lot of their young blokes have done the same. So yeah, they're going to.
You got that. I was having a look through it today, like just doing some research, and you just noticed some of the. I didn't realize the age of some of those players that have stepped in and that are doing so well this year, like your Fitzgeralds and Sparrow, Bowie. Like, there's so many young players that are playing well.
Yep.
So yeah, they're a good side. It's going to be a challenge.
That's it. But so let's roll into our players to watch, mate. Who you got starting in the back line?
I got Jake Lever for no other reason than I just want to highlight that Nick Larkey. I want him to give him a bath and kick straight against the Dees. He's a serviceable defender. You know, he was all Australian. I don't know. I'm sure he was all Australian at some stage in that sort of upper echelon of backman.
Yep.
Not that many years ago. He's their sort of veteran general down there, and yeah, I think I said the same thing last week. He's one of those blokes you don't want to be skying the ball into.
No.
So he's my player to watch in the back line. What about you?
Yeah, no, look, and he was really good when I watched it on the weekend. Like,
Yeah.
and the commentary team were noting how like he's had a bit of a resurgence this year as well because his form dropped off. So yeah, and like that, like you said, that sort of defender plays into the hands of how we go in a lot of the time. So it's always a worry. Yeah, I had Jake Bowie. Great ball user off half back. He could probably do what Josh Dacos did to us last weekend if we're not careful. So I sort of had a bit of a note, can Spargo or Banch do a job on him this week to sort of quell a bit of that attack from half back?
Yep, I think Spargo's a good sort of match up there because he'll want to have a dig against his old mob as well. Yep. I've got Gawn in the midfield. Goes without saying. He's such a likable bloke. I think everyone likes him and sort of admires his football. But I've always just got this chip on my shoulder of him because I reckon he probably pinched at least one, if not two, All Australian jumpers off Todd Goldstein back in the day, like when Goldie was just, Goldie kicked 6 on him or something one day. That I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago when they went head to head, and Goldie, it was evenish, but Goldie sort of betted him, and he was better that year and still couldn't get the AA. But yeah, that's going to be huge. Him and Cherry, and I just hope Cherry beats the shit out of him.
Fair play. I got Cozzy, obviously. Like I said in when we sort of started, like he's just elevated himself to another level this year. Like he's in that sort of top 5 to 10 players in the comp sort of discussion now. And I genuinely think we need to try and stop him because, like, we've seen what he did to us in the preseason. I think he get about 56 posies and kicked about 7 or something like that. So
that was the first quarter, yeah.
Yeah, just in the first quarter, and then obviously went on to higher things. But I reckon Jai is probably the only bloke that we have that has a chance. So I don't know. I don't know if it's like a run one bloke with him type thing, or if it's just by committee. But got to have some hard plans for him because he's just a genuine match winner.
Yeah, I got Jai definitely penciled in for him. My forward, I've got Van Rooyen, who's obviously a gun. Another one, I didn't realise how young he was. But yeah, I think our budding All-Australian key defender, Aiden Core, probably goes to him. What would you think?
I agree. Chom's played on him in the past. I forget the name of their other young, tall sort of key forward who looked pretty likely as well. But yeah, he's in good form, Van Rooyen. I mean, he kicked 6 last week, kicked 5 the week before. So, I reckon Core's got the mongrel in him. He's got the bit in the teeth, so I can have him. Get him, mate. Get him.
When I was looking at his stats just for the last sort of handful of weeks, I saw something that said, he kicked 6 and he kicked 5 the week before. And then I thought to myself, what? They played Richmond. I was like, and who'd they play the week before that? And I went back. I was like, they only smashed Hawthorn. Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd put him. So I thought I'd put him down.
No, he's in good. He's in good nick. I got Jake Melcham. He's kicked bags against us before. He's pretty bloody cunning and he's a good mark, good kick. I've got Elmac and him going head to head. I was wrapped with Elmac's game. I know you were as well on the weekend. Like that, especially that contest against Nick Dacos where he outmarked him. That made me so happy. That's just going to be two old bulls having a good old scrap in the paddock, I reckon.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great matchup too.
Yeah.
All right, so changes of mine are pretty simple. I think after watching, I know you watched the twos as well, and we were both pretty impressed with Bailey Scott. I feel like after a performance like that, you probably just do the force change, which is Lemeyer's obviously missing that pillow. Unfortunately, we'll miss a week. I think Bailey Scott just comes in. I think give him a run. One thing, I know he's put together some decent form in the twos. And another thing I didn't realise, he's still only 26, Bailey Scott. Like, does he? I know everyone's writing him off that like he's an astrophysicist and he's just petering out his career and stuff. But he's definitely been putting in a few good games in the twos this year. So I think at that age, and we've seen how good he has been in the past, I'd love to see us just take a second look at him and see if he does want to, keep playing.
I agree. I had the same, to be honest with you. Like I had, because I watched, like he was playing in the guts in the twos though, which is different. Like obviously he's going to go onto a wing, which he's predominantly spent his whole AFL career on a halfback flank or a wing. So it's very like for like with him and Tommy B. So the only other thing that I thought they might do is Goda back in because they had him as managed, and then maybe push Hardiman up onto a wing. Either one of those calls I wouldn't be upset with. I tend to think they might give Bales a shot because he has been.
I actually forgot about Goda as well. So I think it'd probably be good to. You don't want to sort of, unless they manage him for another week. But I don't know.
Yeah, but he
has been a long time out. So
it's an interesting sort of, it's a good sort of conundrum to have. But Bales for Tommy B is just exact like for like, really. Like I feel like Tommy B's been keeping Bailey Scott out of the side essentially. So So I got nothing else really in terms of selection.
I did want to make a note and probably a mention of Ollie Griffin as well. He's got to be very close.
Which I did. We're texting about when we were watching the two. He's like, I don't know. Like if it was last year, I think he definitely would have got a shot. But I don't know.
I think you could even I could see a Whitlock for Griffin potentially. I don't know.
Nah, they'll give Whitlock another week. There's no way.
Yeah, it's too.
Yeah,
but I definitely think there's a spot there for him if he's playing good footy. But,
I didn't mind Whitlock's game personally. I thought he popped up.
I thought he was fine. He just seems so light and gets knocked over to a stiff breeze at the moment.
Yeah, but his brother looks the same. I mean, the difference between him and his brother is the difference between the PC and the crisp tackle, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they're just one's playing consistently and one's not, I guess.
They look exactly the fucking same.
That's true. I think they might be twins actually. So how we win? I've got fucking kick straight. And that's it. No, I've got shark taps, win guts.
Yeah,
I think Maxi will get the better cherry on the tap. I think we've just got to be playing very well defensively in the middle, run both ways, and just make sure we get on top of that midfield battle. And then I've just got I've noted the run with Cozzy. I think Jai goes to Cozzy, and then we just do the exact same thing we did on Friday. Just go at them, have a dip.
Yeah. No, so I mean, I had try and control clearance, which I think X-Ban in as many centre bounce is important to that because even if we do lose the tap, I think he's great at getting the clearance.
Might scare a few of those young blokes.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just a monster. He's just a monster. Slow down, Cozzy. tidy up our skill errors and goal kicking. Bring same intensity as last week for all 4 quarters. Yeah. So that's like they're a pretty daunting task to Dees, but I'm pretty buoyed by the way we played last week, and I'm just hoping that we just continue that for the rest of the year because that with a bit of a tidy up in our disposal and decision making and goal kicking, as you said, that's going to win us more games than not.
Our best footy can definitely do it.
Yeah,
I think we're not going to know unless we have a crack, and that's all we have to do now for the rest of the year. I think it's a fork in the road. We can go one or two ways. We can peter out and have a couple of honourable losses and finish the season with 9 or 10 wins.
Yeah.
Or we can actually leave nothing in the tank, for the rest of the year and I think we can get 3 or 4 wins, if we get back to the form that we were, close to the start of the year. So
but it's a
big ask, but
we've all had a gut full of honourable losses, but it's like converting last week. It's the Sydney game, it's the GWS game. Convert them into wins. Like let's convert some of these ones where we're up to it to our eyeballs. Like let's convert them into wins. So great chance this week.
So 10 fucking goals for me.
Yeah. Oh fuck, that's strong. That's strong. Yeah. Well, I mean, as per usual, we're pretty aligned. I've also got 10 fucking goals, Kangas. And just before I let us out, I also want to say I did look in the comments this week, and I love you too, Annette.
Still on that.
Anyway, Kanga.
Roo.